Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. The video that you're about to see is a very special project that I have done. When I was in high school, I made a Lestat figurine of about 6 inches tall out of Sculpey. And a few years ago, so I made it right around the year 1999 or 2000, somewhere in that region. And I sold it very cheaply to someone that I know, and they had a house fire and the figurine that I made was destroyed. It's clearly not as sad a day for me as for the people who lost their home and such. But what I've done is I've made a replacement figurine, and instead of making an identical 1700s Lestat in red with a removable violin, I've gone and made the Queen of the Damned Goth Rock 1984 Lestat. And I was gonna bring out my copy of Queen of the Damned. I had it on hardcover, and it's missing. I don't know if I accidentally brought it to the dump this summer with the other stuff I got rid of or what, but it's missing. But what I didn't know I had was a paperback of Prince Lestat, so I guess the fairies traded me or something, but I'm gonna have to get another copy of Queen of the Damned to go with my collection. I don't know if I let somebody borrow it or what, but usually when I lend people my books, I never get them back, which is why I've bought 3 copies of Imagica by Clive Barker. So let me set this a little bit here. All right. And there he is. So this Lestat figurine that I made is quite heavy. I used an aluminum foil skeleton that I made, kind of. It's the first time I've ever done that. I used an entire pound of Sculpey, except for this little tiny bit right here that I did not use. And even with the support, the weight of the clay was so heavy that his legs sagged a little bit more than I wanted them to, but he's in an action pose. Now, the original figurine that I made, I'm gonna use this ruler here. So, this guy, I can get him in there. Oh, come on, buddy, work with me here. He's about 10.5 inches tall. And the original figurine that I made was about 6. And I don't have any of the 6-inch figurines that I made when I was in high school. I think I threw out the other ones that I made at some point. They were all like angels. But this is roughly about the size of the original that I made. About 6.5 inches tall. So you can see, using the entire box of Sculpey and an aluminum foil frame makes him a lot bigger in terms of scale. So this is a doll that I redid, if anyone's interested in that, but we're not talking about her right now. That was just for scale. Alright, so I bought this doll stand for him on eBay, and it was brown wood with a little plaque on it, and I painted over it, and he's got, I have to lift it up a little bit, I don't want to lose but you can see the blood splatters on there that I made. So he's got jeans and some motorcycle boots, and it kind of looks like he's wearing a sweater. It's supposed to be a mesh shirt. It took me about 4 hours to paint that, and His hair is not as fluffy as I wanted it to be. I imagine him with like full, like 80, like, I always imagine Lestat with just like full, like fluff, like all, like triangle fluff, like all the way out to here. And I was running out of clay and I was like, shit, how am I going to do his hair? So I made these kind of noodle kind of things here. I swear to God, they're not dreadlocks. It's supposed to be his curly hair. And it's very fragile. I broke it about 6 times when I was painting him. And I was like, what am I going to do to cement this back on? Because I need to fix him before I put him in the mail. So I ended up carefully resting his arm down so I wouldn't break his microphone. And I cemented his hair back on with a giant pile of nail polish. So if you have fragile clay and it breaks, get in there with the enamel. So he's got his microphone and he's in an action pose. His hands are a little bit big, but you know, it's been like 15 years since I used Sculpey, so there we go. So he's got a microphone cord. It's a real cord that I glued in there. And he's ready to rock and roll with his blood spattered stand here. There we go. Pretty cool. I'm excited. I don't really want anything that's fragile in my area right now, but I'm really hoping that people like it. So this is a gift because of reasons, but I'm willing to make these on demand of this or other kinds of characters. And so the size, we got him, he's with the stand, he's about 1 foot tall, and the clothes are just painted on. The old one I had, I put some fabric clothing on him, and I wasn't into that. So this is a new thing for me. There's like lumpiness on here that I didn't really like sand all the way off. It was just from the tinfoil trussing that I made to prop him up in the oven so he wouldn't get all soggy. But it would I could easily like plaster some things on there, or I could try like baking just the legs first so they're hard and then doing the top half of the body after. It was pretty arduous. It's many, many hours of work. But he looks pretty kick-ass. I went for this like goth makeup. I was trying to be accurate to the time period. So let me get in there. Let me detach the camera and try to get some super close-up shots here. What am I doing? Okay. It's my paint bucket that I made in ceramics in college. Okay. There we go. Alright. So let me try to zoom in on him a little bit more. Alright. Okay, there we go. So we've got, oh man, if I move his head, he gets all like weird. Just trying to, oh, come on, buddy, cooperate. Just hope nobody gets seasick watching this. There we go. So we've got that little detail on the hand there. I wanted to make his fingernails and his eyes shiny, and I realized that I threw out all of my clear lacquer materials. So, yay for me. So there he is in all his goth rock glory. So, let me see. Lestat Figurine. Something a little bit Actually, when I draw him from that book, I always draw him in this outfit. Every single time. It's been a while, though. Come on, buddy, work with me here. Okay. Trying to get it to focus. There we go. Alright. I'm going to stop moving it around. So, this is my Goth Rock Lestat figurine. He's got his boots and his microphone cord and the blood splattered partial stage there. They get right in here. I don't know if you can see that. It does say Lestat there, but it's faint. So it's not the main focus. So we're gonna get all the way zoomed out here. Come on. If I was using something besides not a video camera, this would probably make more sense. Okay, so there we have it. If you want to purchase something like this, again, it's going to be about $200, and you can hit me at PayPal. Is it .me? I think it's PayPal.me/CATtheMinion. And I do tarot readings. I do digital portraits, 400 square, 400 DPI, $40, or 50 if you want a celebrity. And then I'm working on editing prints on DeviantArt. If you go to deviantart.com/CATtheMinion, you can get in there. There's canvases, there's photo prints, postcards, coffee mugs, magnets, mouse pads. What else? Wrapped canvases. I think that's it. Oh, coasters. Coasters, that was the other thing. Coasters and magnets. So those are on DeviantArt. I have all kinds of different merchandise on Cafe Press. That's cafepress.com/CATtheMinion. And I still have little chapbook packets with art cards. And if you go into the wares folder of my gallery in DeviantArt, you will find information about those. And there should be information about those as well on my Facebook art page in the notes. So look all the notes. And that's facebook.com/tkenyonart. You can tweet me at thecatcameback. Email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. And what was the other thing? What was the other thing? Oh, look in the description box of the infomercial video, and also check out my playlist that's called Info Hub and also Pimpin'. Those will have additional things of me talking about what I've got for sale and showing off different merchandise of mine that I've acquired. So there he is. Peace. I'm gone.